Welcome to Wilson's Wild Ride, where we do everything RV and travel. I'm Wilson, and today we are going to start setting this generator up. We showed you the unboxing of it. Now we're going to go ahead and start getting this thing set up to be able to run. The first thing you got to do is on the very bottom of this generator, there are these shipping lugs. Now this is a 10 millimeter. If you want to use the proper tool, you can do that. Or if you don't have it, you can use a crescent wrench. If they're not that tight, you can just break them loose and just run them off with your finger. But this is the first thing that you need to do. Don't forget this step, whatever you do. All right, now we got them off. You can actually throw these away. You're not going to need these ever again. This is just for shipment for the thing. The studs, they just stay in place. They don't hinder anything. Set it back down. Now what I do like about this is they do have, every single thing has a weatherproof cover, and that's really nice that they do that. And then of course here are your plugs to join two generators together. They have these are your reset buttons here. But what I like about this is some of the older version had a button right here that you pressed for the choke, which is I think it's, you're asking for trouble when you start putting chokes and buttons. This one here, you actually turn it and manually it goes to, you can choke it manually and then turn it back to on, which is awesome. I like that much better. But the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add the oil. Now it comes with a thing of oil, and this is enough to get you started. Now whatever you do, make sure to change this oil out. Now I do like that they have this tube right here. Makes it a lot handier. It's a lot less messy. Best thing to do is open it up, check it. See, that oil wanted to come out, so it does have some oil in it. See this little black O-ring? Make sure that that black O-ring is there and it's not cracked or broken. This one here looks like it's in good shape. Every time you take this out and you remove this cap, check that O-ring to make sure it's there, because if not, you'll start losing oil in there. And also, you see how it's kind of tight in there? Be careful how you take it out, because if you turn it, sometimes it can break that loose. So just make sure that that is tight and tucked away nicely. The next thing is right here is where we put the oil in. Now this has a dipstick on it which will tell you how much oil is in there, and there should be some, and yeah, it's at the very bottom, so that's nowhere near enough. So what we're going to do is we don't want to make a mess, so I'm going to stick this rag in here, right? They give you a funnel, so I'm going to stick that funnel right in there just like that, and we're going to open this oil up. Now it should take most all of this oil, but I recommend going slow with it. Just kind of put a little in at a time. Nope. See, what you're looking for is you're looking for the oil to come up about halfway up your threads right there, and we're not there yet, so we're going to continue adding. All right, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to put this back on. All right, so now you can see the oil in there. That's exactly what you're looking for. You want to make sure that the oil is all the way to right there, and then we're just going to make sure that we put this right back in there, screw it right back down. Really no need to check it because we can see it. It's called breaking it in. Okay. And so you don't want to, it's a brand new motor, you don't want to just right out the box put a big load on it and have it that way forever, because it could possibly mess things up. Because what you're trying to do is, with this break-in period, you want to make sure all the seals on the piston and stuff, make sure all those things seat properly. And if you put a big load on it, it could cause the oil to go through the seals, and that's not bad. Then it just, I mean, that's bad. Then it'll start smoking and all the rest of it, and you don't want any of that. All right, now our oil is done. Go to this side over here. What we're gonna do is well, let me show you this. This right here is your battery compartment. You open this up, and this guy opens right up, and this is your battery. Now we have to actually hook this thing up, because when these things are new, they don't come hooked up already. The battery is a brand new battery. You can test it if you'd like. This way. Okay, we're gonna put this back on, but that's how you would change your battery. They got like a little strap around it where you can do that. Now on this side over here is where you're going to access the wiring for your battery and kind of get familiarized with your generator. These are 8mm bolts, or you can use a Phillips head screwdriver, and that was not a Phillips head screwdriver. This is. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 screws loose. All right, let's see here. So this right here is going to be your air filter. You can check that. There's a snap. There's a snap. You could pull this out and you can check the air filter. It's just one of those sponge type air filters. This is your cables for your battery. Now what we're going to do is we're going to separate these guys. All right, so we pull that cap off, we pull this cap off, and what we're going to do is we're going to connect them. All right, so they're connected, and what I do with these is I just go ahead and put those together as well. That way they're not flipping and flopping around in there. All right.
What is this wire to again?
This is the wire from the starter to the battery, and so that now we actually have power on the generator. Because when you first get it, even though you have a brand new battery in there and you have all that, you don't have any power to it because it's disconnected.
So you really have to hook up all this stuff.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And so then after that, now we're gonna place this back. Now this generator here is a dual fuel. You can either use gasoline or you can use propane. Today we're going to use propane. But if you use gasoline, it goes in up top. You do have a fuel gauge on the top. This with no oil, no gas in it or anything like that, it weighs right at 101 pounds. And what I like about it is it does have this nice little thing that comes up, and it's got wheels on the back, so it makes it a whole lot easier to move around. All right, so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to hook up the gas. And so we got a little propane bottle, and this is just like your basic little propane bottle that you use on a gas grill or whatnot. And screw that regulator right onto there, nice and tight.
So Mr. Wilson, what's the difference between what's the benefits of doing a gas over the gas liquid over the gas tank? Okay, so over gasoline versus your propane is going to burn in your generator a lot cleaner. This day and time they have what they call ethanol in your fuel, and it's like 10%. And if you have it in your lawnmower and you leave it all winter, and then you go back the next spring to crank it up, it's probably not going to crank, because that stuff starts to break down and gets sludgy, and it messes up your carburetor. So this is cleaner? This is actually cleaner.
Now okay. I'm just going to open this bottle up. All right, and turn this over here to choke.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to start it. Now it might take a second because this hasn't been cranked before.
It's brand new.
It's brand new. Okay, so Some of the older models have a little button that you could press that turns the power on and turns the power off. This one does not. This one here, all you do is you're just going to turn it over. You can go to choke and then press your start button. But I think that's mainly for like gas. I think with propane it pushes it there. So we're just going to start. All right, so everything lights up. See, when it starts out on eco mode. So right now, this is as quiet as this thing runs, and this thing is really quiet compared to the generators that I'm used to in the past. Living on the East Coast, we've had lots of hurricanes, and those generators, I mean, you can't hardly sleep because they're so loud. But this is really, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off of eco mode so we can see the difference of how loud it is. Not a big difference.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah, it is a little bit louder. And the more of a load that you put on your generator, of course, the louder it's going to get. That is relatively quiet, though. I mean,
I think it's quiet.
I'm impressed. So I'm gonna let this thing run for 3 to 5 hours. Allow everything to seat really good. Like I said, I'm probably going to plug something into it just to give it a little something. And then then we're going to change the oil in it after that. And then after that, the next video that I'm putting out is going to be both of the generators hooked together, powering the camper. And I can't wait to do that one for you. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, if you have anything that you'd like to say about it, please leave it in the comments. I sure would appreciate that. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to enjoy the ride.